Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for that warm reception. The kids love it. So amazing when you get teenagers arrive at camp. A lot of them don't know each other. There's all this kind of, people being a bit nervous and shy, and then by the end of the week, they've just been an inseparable bunch. It's been so much fun. They're just such a beautiful bunch of kids. Once again, we're going to bring out the president of the Canadian Grandmasters Association, Mr. Mark Sullivan, to introduce this next section.
Thank you so much. Wasn't that wonderful? And while we're at it, let's have a round of applause for our MC this weekend, Mr. Daniel. Thank you, Daniel. Well, we've reached the part of the evening where we are going to celebrate some outstanding individuals and their contribution to fiddle music and building fiddle communities in British Columbia. And every year we honor these individuals and induct them into the Canadian Fiddle Hall of Honor. And in keeping with tradition, we're honoring BC residents and those that have impacted BC's fiddling community over the years. And I'd like to thank our board of directors for their hard work. We often receive names throughout the year of people that should be considered for these awards, and as you can imagine, the list is awfully long, and we do our best to make sure we're acknowledging some important people. So I'd like to thank the board for all of their efforts, and in particular, our board member and house accompanist this weekend, Mr. Trent Bruner, who has built the PowerPoint presentations that you've seen here all weekend long, and Trent is responsible for our archival work at the Canadian Grandmasters Fiddle Association. So thank you sincerely to Trent for his hard work. And we have a number of recipients, and you've read all about them now in the program, which is wonderful, and I'm just going to give you a very brief summary on all of them, and Daniel will come out and say a few words as well. And what a thrill to have some family members and friends and some inductees here today that can come up and accept their awards. So let's get started. We're honoring in the category of legends the following fiddler. Emil Miley Barron is a two-time U.S. senior champion and Canadian fiddle ambassador. He captivated audiences with his signature Red River jig and deep catalog of original and traditional tunes, cementing his place as a late-blooming legend who picked up the fiddle again at age 7 and never looked back. He was born in Manitoba, but passed away in 2008 in Port Alberni, British Columbia at the age of 97. Let's hear it for Miley Barron. Freddie Lang was born in Carman, Manitoba and passed away in Merritt, BC. Freddie Lang was a world-class fiddler and prolific composer who performed for over 50 years. He was crowned a world champion fiddler at the 1950 Pacific National Exhibition. His legacy includes national tours, iconic recordings, and a beloved tune called Curly Hair. Let's hear it for Freddie Lang. And finally, in the legends category, Bob Montgomery was born in Minnedosa, Manitoba in 1920. Bob was a decorated World War II pilot, a celebrated BC fiddle champion, teacher, composer, and co-founder of the BC Old Time Fiddlers Association. He passed away in Kelowna in 2013 at the age of 92, leaving behind a rich legacy of music, mentorship, and community. Let's show some appreciation for Bob Montgomery.
That was the legends. Next, we are going to introduce and honor the builders, the community builders, often behind the scenes. The first person that we'd like to honor is Jean Gelinas, I'm just going to read about her before she comes out. Born near Edam, Saskatchewan, and later rooted in British Columbia, Jean Gelinas has spent decades shaping the BC fiddle scene. A pianist, teacher, mandolin player, mentor, and passionate community volunteer, she was instrumental in launching the BC Fiddle Treat in Wells, which is one of the longest running fiddle camps in Canada, and supporting young fiddle talent through her work with the BC Old Time Fiddlers Association, branch number 3 in Quesnel. Jean's legacy of accompaniment, encouragement, and dedication continues to resonate across the province. We'd like to bring Jean out so that you can meet her.
Originally from Pembroke, Ontario, and known for his lasting impact on the fiddle community in British Columbia, Leo Reddy was a driving force behind the growth of fiddling in Kamloops and across the province. A founding member of the BCO TFA branch number 12 and tireless provincial leader, Leo helped shape the contest scene, co-founded BC's fiddle camps, and contributed to the development of judging standards still used today. This year's Canadian Grandmasters Fiddling Competition is dedicated to Leo in recognition of his decades of leadership, mentorship, and musical contribution. Let's hear it for Leo Reddy. Born in Riviere, Quebec, Alberta, and later based in Prince George, BC, Mike St. Germain was a decorated World War II veteran, a founding figure in BC's old-time fiddle scene, and a beloved community builder. As the first provincial president of the BC Old Time Fiddlers Association in 1979 and early member of branch number 1 in 1969, Mike helped establish a thriving provincial network of fiddle clubs. He was also instrumental in helping new branches form, including in Quesnel. A joyful volunteer, performer, community advocate, and recipient of the City of Prince George Recreation Award of Merit, Mike's impact on fiddling in BC was profound and lasting. He passed away on November 4th, 2014, at the age of 92. And accepting the award for Mike today is his son, Garth. Mike St. Germain.
Wow. Growing up in Prince George, this fellow here, he set the pace for all of us. Max Llewellyn Sexsmith, born in Maymont, Saskatchewan,